What's good, Critty Gang, Critty Fam, and we're back. And of course, we got another banger for you today because it's the one and only Ren, who has been taking the internet by storm. Today we're going to react to the Bittersweet Symphony. And if it's anything like his last two songs I reacted to, I'm probably going to need to go get brain surgery or something, because The Tale of Jenny and Screech, which none of you told me that Violet was coming up at the end of that song, so lost that one. The Hunger completely turned my brains into scrambled eggs, so was off on that one too. But thank you guys for letting me know that Ren puts his lyrics in the top comment of every song. I didn't know that. If I knew that, maybe I could have reacted to The Hunger better, because I think I understood maybe like 6 words in that whole song. But with Ren, it's kind of not, I'm not going to say easy. Like, he seems to want to convey the whole message, like the same message in all of his songs that he's like, pushing out. Even though obviously the visuals and the lyrics are completely different, I feel like he has that underlying message that he's trying to convey to everyone. But he's so artistic and creative that he can do it in so many different ways, whether it be, the lyrics alone, but how he gets into character in his music videos. Like, it's like I said, it's literally like watching an actual movie when I'm watching this kid's music videos or listening to him. He can easily produce a movie or anything. Like I said, this kid's a creative, artistic genius. And, like I said, my brains are still kind of scrambled from The Hunger, so I'm going to try to focus in on this one. Maybe take a peek at the lyrics if he starts machine gunning it on me again like that, because I can't, man, Ren's too fast. I can't even talk that or think that fast, and he do something different, man. That's why I say him and Harry Mack are artificial. I really think Harry Mack and Ren, Elon Musk made both of them in the lab and sent them out to just go take over the world. That's just my opinion. And we are 6 subs away from hitting 300. So do me a favor and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn the notifications on. Hit the thumb. The subscription is absolutely free. You don't even got to fill out your name. All you got to do is just click the button. Click, and you're subscribed. And then maybe YouTube will send me an actual real plaque this time with real gold or real platinum for my 300 sub mark. I know. Actually, you know what, YouTube? I want gold with platinum trim when we hit 300. But real quick, besides that, I keep getting copyright strikes on the videos I'm posting. I tried to Google my way around it, like chopping out 2 seconds of the song or changing the name of the title in the song when I post it. But everything I've Googled hasn't worked. And I'm using KindMaster. So if any of you are familiar with that, I have to record my video and watch the video separately and then get them to match up. So that's why I can't rewind the video 5 seconds, to rewatch or re-listen to what he just said, because it'll be all mixed up when I post it. So do any of you know a way around the copyright strike if I don't have a webcam? Or do I need to get the webcam so I can have the dual screen and manipulate the actual video that we're reacting to? Because that part kind of has me completely lost. So if anyone can help me out in the comment section, I'd really appreciate that. We're going to hop into this Bittersweet Symphony, which the title is even to me, like, I don't really know what to expect. Again, like with Ren, it's taking an exam you didn't study for. You have no clue what's coming. So let's just jump right into this and see what masterpiece Ren has in store for us today.
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. Spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling.
This is why I love Ren. It's like I said, even if it's the same message, you're getting something different every time. And this man is so creative. But this song sounds a little different to me starting off, right? Those first 2 verses right there. Normally Ren is in that dark character or, playing a crazy movie out with the message in his lyrics. And like I said, that machine gun cadence. But this one I can actually understand him. He's casually walking down the street rapping like, bro, I got dirt on my new shoes. I'm up all night. Spent my last $10 on a pack of cigarettes, calling my boys. Like we've all had those nights, where you drink a little too much and, drunk falling on the street. You hear the sirens going. Not gonna lie, myself included, friends of mine, little too much to drink. May have woken up on a couple random front lawns before, sidewalk with no shoe on, or the new white Reeboks got dirty. But after a long night of partying, club closes at 4. You're not ready to stop partying, right? You got not me. I gotta shave this up. I gotta clean that up a little bit. But you got the fresh cut. You got the nice clothes on, the chain, your fresh white Reeboks. Like, man, I'm not trying to go home yet. It's 4 in the morning for me. The party just started. Shit, the club wants to close. All right, I'll go walk in the streets of Britain. See, call my boy like, yo, what's up? Bro, it is 6 in the morning. Take your ass to sleep. Man, sleep. I sleep every day, all day. I'm ready to party tonight. If you ain't gonna, I'm gonna keep this shit rocking right through the morning. Hear the distant sirens and alarms in the back, like the cops and ambulance from the chaos the night before. Drunk people passed out on the curb or just shit get torn down. People getting arrested from fighting and getting too drunk. And he's still up at 6 in the morning walking around smiling happy from the night before. Like, man, I'm still trying to be outside. What's up? The song feels more of like a funny feel-good song rather than like that dark character that he plays or like, the dark and the light. This one seems just like a little more funish, hip-hoppy, party type, not party song, but like referring to what he, like Ren's a party guy? Like the party Ren? Hit me up. I'll go out on the town. I'll go out on the town in the night with you. We have a good time. Get my fresh white Reeboks on, right? This one just sounds a little different. Let's keep going. I like it so far.
This is the Britain I know. This is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside this city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough, while a mother with her baby takes her pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with the boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above, and as above so below. Here in the city we glow. I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo. And then
okay, so he unwinded a little bit right there. Go down and see. There's poetry in the city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the streets sleeping rough, while a mother with their baby takes a pram to the pub. So every city's different, right? You get your different demographics of people all over the city. In Buffalo, we have North Buffalo, South Buffalo, the West Side, and the East Side. And in the middle of the city is called Chippewa. That's like the party street. Like that's the known party club scene in Buffalo is on Chippewa. It's like right in the middle of the city. And so every block you walk, you're hearing different music. You're seeing different groups of people, different groups of friends, black, white, Asian, younger, older, a hip-hop club, an EDM club, a classic rock club. So it's like poetry within the city because there's just so much going on, and everyone has, you know, their own niche of what they like or which way they're going to gravitate to. And if you're just walking down the street observing it all, it's like, you know, poetry in motion, as the quote would say, just watching every different aspect of life take place, you know, in real time. But then he says, like, you know, the mother, to what sounded like me, like, oh, brings the baby to the bar with her as she's sitting there slamming drinks down, which you're paying for. And I think now at the bar, a beer is like $7 a beer at the bar, which is insane as the cost of living is going up. So, like, what is the problem that people are out partying, drinking, spending all this money on alcohol or different vices, whatever it may be, to either fill a void in your life or take some stress because you're working so much just trying to make ends meet, that where that last few dollars that you spent on that bill could have went towards the electric bill. But a single mother with her baby is stressed out, and being a single parent, I know how stressful it can be. And don't get me wrong, it would be nice to sit back and just slam a few, like, man, I just need a break from relaxing, from these high prices, this crazy government. I just need a break from it, right? But he says, I can't relate to these politicians, though, you know, that got their head in the mud. And that's kind of the flack I took over the comment I made a few videos ago, where I didn't mean to say old people, and I apologize for that, and I didn't mean to offend anyone again. But these politicians that have their head in the mud, like they're blinded to see all the bullshit that's going on. And this is coming from, you know, a whole different country, as the same shit is going on over here in America. All these congressmen and politicians, they'll get up in front of the crowd and they'll say everything you want to hear, right? They'll say all the right shit. But then they do nothing. They do nothing about it. Like, oh, I'm going to lower the cost of living. I'm going to get rid of crime. I'm going to do this. You get elected into office, you don't do shit. You're just blinded. So, no, I can't relate with someone who wants to stand up and tell lies when I'm sitting here writing raps and I'm telling, you know, nothing but the truth. He said, I resonate with Messy Fridays, the boys smoking bud. We're about to get numb, the struggle. Again, ain't what else to do. You're going to chill around with your boys and smoke. The struggle is real, especially during COVID lockdowns. What else could you do besides maybe chill with your friends if you were with any of your friends smoking? You couldn't even walk down the street drinking a beer. So, like, I'm not correlating this to COVID, but I'm saying in that aspect, remember when COVID was done with and bars opened up and shit again? I'm sure everyone was at those bars, down in that shit till last call, walking out like, man, I've been locked up for 6 months in the house. Bro, I'm calling you at 6 a.m. Get your ass up and do something. I got my new white Reeboks on, man. I'm trying to have fun. And yeah, I like this song. Ren is just, like I said, this song seems to be different than his other ones. I wouldn't mind going out with Ren for a night of some partying.
The clock strikes 7, guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that, a perfect juxtaposition for the...
Ooh. Juking and jiving, 7 o'clock. Alright, now maybe it's time to go home. He's jumping over the cracks on the sidewalk. What'd you do? You used to do that when you were a little kid, right? How'd it go? Step on a crack and you break your mother's back or something like that. So when you be walking down the sidewalk, you're jumping over all the cracks. You don't accidentally step on one. As he's strolling along, you know what I mean, with his fresh fit on. So that's what I'm assuming. This is more of just like a feel-good, happier song, at least so far, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he's going home at 7 in the morning after a night of partying, you know, looking fresh. But at the same time, he's also talking about the struggle. So, like, the struggle is real, but you're focusing on partying and being up and having fun at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, you're just now going home from the club, but other people are just now waking up to go to work. So he correlated, like, the sun coming up being a mirror image to people waking up and going to work. But he's been up, but he's now going to bed instead of going to work. So it'd be like, people may have their priorities a little mixed up that they need to straighten out. So even being in to me, it seems like a more fun beat song. He still always kind of has an underlying message. Am I on point with that one again, or am I way off in left field? The way I would interpret that, like, yeah, you want to have fun, have those party nights, but at the same time, you need to like hone in realization of life and the struggle. And instead of going home at 7 o'clock after a night of partying, you should be waking up at 7 o'clock to go to work. So that struggle is a little less difficult to get through. It makes sense to me. And someone did put a comment in one of the videos, and I comment back. I try to like, comment, love, all the love that you give me. I try to send it right back to every comment. And if I miss your comment, because even at almost 300 subs, dude, they're rolling in so fast. I can't imagine having 3 million subs. Like, no wonder why these celebrities can't, sit there and conversate with their fans or their followers. But someone also put in there, like, that's your opinion on the song. No one can tell you you're right or wrong. It's art. And I took that comment, like, it was a very simplistic comment, but it was also very deep, like meaningful, which is true, because I don't call Ren a musician. I call him a creative, artistic genius. And art is subjective, you know what I mean? You can interpret art any way that you want. So, like, you may look at a Van Gogh painting, and to me, this means something. But the person standing next to me looking at the same exact painting, it may mean something completely, totally different to him. So art, and so that's why it's hard to really know if you're on the point or not with Ren, because it's more artistic rather than lyrically factual, if that makes sense. Let's continue before I just keep talking.
Goes out on the lash, bear with me. It's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, that old spoon is usable. His mother's in the black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not...
Oh, that was deep. See, man, just like that, Ren flips me on my head as I'm talking about, it looks like more of a feel-good vibe song. You know what I mean? He's flexed out, dressed up, nice. But then he just hit it with, dudes sitting in a cubicle. Again, maybe waking up at 7 o'clock to go to that work. Maybe it's a dead-end job where you sit in a cubicle. That old spoon is usable. We use the old spoon to do drugs, right? And now his mom in a suit at a funeral. So I'm assuming, that 9 to 5 that sits in a cubicle staring at a computer screen all day, they're not out on the town partying. But even that will weigh down on you. Like, you do need to take time for yourself to go out and party. Not even if you're going to drink or do drugs or whatever. Hang out with friends. Just be social with people. Because when I was in my dark spot, a lot of times I get very reclusive, where I don't want nobody around me. I'll be in my room just watching TV, and I just don't want to be bothered. But, like, previous to that, I would make even dumber choices rather than being reclusive, as he refers to this man in the cubicle working a boring 9 to 5, use that old spoon to do whatever, and now his mama's dressed up at his funeral. So you need to be responsible with life. You know what I mean? Work. Make sure you have all your shit in order. Don't become that stressed out, reclusive guy in the cubicle who just hates his life and don't want to go no more. But you can still go out and have fun. Like, you got to find a perfect balance between work and life. So you're not working to live and living to work. And in my essence, that's just like a beautiful combination because I was always stuck in one of the two. I was always working or I just wanted to party and have fun. But now that I'm in the mix of it, working all day, being with my kids, going out if I want to, but now I got YouTube to interact more socially with all you wonderful people. But if I sat in front of this computer screen just all day long, just doing nothing but this, not going out talking to no one, doing nothing, especially if I was in a cubicle looking at nothing but walls, that shit will wear down on you too. So you have to find that perfect balance in life.
Immutable, a kid falls off the tracks and then he serves a scratch at juvenile. Libby's at the goalies, but her disposition's humourful, while Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather when the sun starts shining, feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys, we'll be in it together until the fists start flying like they're Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far, I think the boy saw red, I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with the face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue, I guess it's time to head home. It's been
wow. Okay, again, I'm telling you, I think me and Ren are long lost brothers. And Harry Mack and Eminem had them in there too. But for right now, I think me and Ren are long lost brothers. Or the telepathy is real, like I say. Everything's all fun and games, right? But what usually happens on those drunken nights? Probably 8 out of 10 times you're going to see a fist fight. And it's most of the time guys when you're out at clubs. Girls, to me, they love the drama and the bickering and the arguing back and forth until they actually come to blows. But you get a group of guys out on the town drinking and you got that one tough guy, or even in your group of friends, someone's just wilding and then fists start flying. But you got to be careful because being an adult, like he said, a couple lines it was something about a juvenile on the train tracks, whatever. When you're a juvenile, it's different. But when you're older, and that's real, like physically speaking, not metaphorically, like you punch someone, their face is on the pavement. Now, shit, that's not what I meant to do. And again, I can relate to this because I was at a bar one night. A little more about myself. I always try to give a little part of myself in each video so you can learn more and more about me and how I relate to a lot of shit that all these people are saying. But I was 19 at the bar and they didn't ID check me or anything. And as we were leaving, like 3, 4 in the morning, we're drunk. Well, earlier that night, 2 of my buddies I was with got into an altercation with 2 other guys in the bar. It got separated, nothing happened of it. But when we went to leave, they stayed back to talk to a couple of friends that we seen. I'm like, all right, well, here, give me the keys. I'm going to go warm up the car. So I get all the way through the parking lot to start the car to warm it up. But luckily, and you're not supposed to bring your beer bottle out of the bar, but I snuck it out. And I don't know why, but it saved me because I walked right past the 2 guys that my buddies had an altercation with, and they were with 3 girls. So immediately they want to start act like a tough guy, and they started approaching me. So I already knew what was up. And like he said, Conor McGregor, just knock you out. That's it. But there was 2 of them and 1 of me. So I emptied the beer bottle and I put it behind my back. And as soon as the dude got close enough, I smacked him with it. The bottle didn't break, which I thought it would. So that's a myth that glass breaks easily because he was gushing blood and that bottle did not break. So my dumb ass stupidly hit him again with it. Still didn't break, except this time it knocked him out. But when he fell, there was just blood pooling everywhere. And then his buddy hit me. My 2 buddies came in, jumped him, knocked him out. It was just horrible. And I'm not glorifying fighting or the violence, but I'm relating it to what he just said. A small altercation. Like, I wasn't even involved in the initial fight. But when they approached me, a small altercation, and I was drunk, led me to hitting him with the bottle. He had to get 167 stitches across his face, or across his forehead and down. And he didn't come to court, but the state picked up the charges, and I was looking at 5 years in prison. 5 years. But all I could think of, like, luckily he didn't show up to court. I argued self-defense because if I didn't have that bottle, those two guys would have beat my ass and I probably would have been the one knocked out. So I got suspended to 3 years probation. But I always think back on that night, like, what if I did hit him too hard and when he fell, he hit his head? Like he said, a small altercation now turned into a huge altercation and he might not have ever waked up. If he didn't wake up or sit up, I wouldn't be here on YouTube with you lovely people reviewing songs like this. I'd be sitting in a prison cell. I'd be in that cubicle with 4 walls thinking about using that spoon and just ending my life. Because I'm not going to prison for life. But I was this close there. You know, I got lucky missing a 5-year sentence, let alone had he hit his head the wrong way and died, I'd be growing an old man behind bars. So if you do go out on those nights and have fun, just be very careful with those small altercations because in the blink of an eye, like that, it can change your whole life. I'm sure you can find plenty of YouTube videos. Guys that got into a fight. Wes Watson comes off that from that friend you know who he is. Punched a guy one time, went down, died. It happens. And you will catch football numbers in years if that happens to you. So, like I said, have fun, but be careful and, you know what I mean, don't cross that line because that's not somewhere you want to go, I promise.
Bittersweet how my high found its way to be low. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done, I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. Always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather when it's all said and done.
Just to quiet my mind, I was always an overthinker. So maybe he stayed out all night, you know what I mean? Like, all right, the sun's up, it's morning, like, everything's going on now. Like, I gotta take my ass in the house and go to sleep. But I had to quiet my mind. So maybe he came from the bar wanting to stay up all night because, you know, drinking alcohol or using drugs just kind of turns the volume down, you know? It makes life a little less stressful in the moment. It does. And you can see that's why people get addicted to drugs and alcohol because it takes that stress off your shoulders. It lifts that elephant off your chest. But only in those moments. So to reach those moments where you feel clarity, you either have to drink or use drugs. And that's me personally, what I had to get away from because I could never quiet my mind. If I wasn't, the gears would just keep turning. And there'd be nights like him, I would literally go outside and just walk around all night until the sun came up or until my leg got too tired, where I would just go home and pass out because I couldn't get my brain to turn off. And especially once I stopped using any vices that I was, you know, addicted to or going down the wrong path, and I finally got my body back in balance, I got physically right, I got mentally, emotionally right, I was able to control my mind more. And I was able to turn down that volume by myself, not having to use a drink or a different vice to do it. And being an overthinker like Ren, I can imagine, like I said, when he sits down to write as an Eminem, like I can just imagine how fast those gears are turning when they're trying to write that down. And sometimes you need to just quiet that mind so you're not overthinking and making something, like he said, a small altercation turn into a huge problem, because then that's only going to make your life worse. So you got to find that perfect balance.
We'll be in it all together. Boys will be boys, we'll be like it forever. It's a bittersweet symphony, we're birds of a feather.
Sweet symphony, like birds of a feather. Which, what is the word I'm looking for? Beautiful chaos? Is that the right words I'm looking for? Or destructive beauty? We'll go with beautiful chaos, right? And a symphony is like an opera symphony. It's supposed to be beautiful and something you could lose yourself in and just listen to it and just be engaged with it, right? A symphony, all these different instruments playing, which, oh yeah, Ren correlates that. Now I can see more of a connection between the title and the lyrics of the song, a Bittersweet Symphony, because symphonies are beautiful, but bittersweet can mean, it kind of sucks. So, yeah, beautiful chaos, Bittersweet Symphony. So, yeah, that lines up perfectly. So, in a symphony, you got either the violins or the flutes, trumpets, jazz, whatever. You got so much shit going on. But the way that they put it in form, it could be so beautiful. And the same with the city, where you got drunk people passed out on the sidewalk. You got people overdosing, using drugs in their cubicles at work. You got people at bars at night, single mother with her baby in the bar. You walk the streets, you see police sirens, cop cars going everywhere. It's just a world of urine fast forward as the rest of the world is on like slow motion, and you can walk through and really see and notice everything that's actually going on around you. And it could be beautiful because there are beautiful people in this world still, which I did doubt for a minute. But after doing this YouTube thing and coming across all you wonderful people, not from just across the country, but the world, Belgium, Germany, Ukraine, Britain, England, I've had people commenting from all over. So the world can be beautiful, and you could walk outside and see, beautiful trees or roses in this bush and sunflowers, or an apple tree, or someone helping an old lady cross the road, or someone helping someone fix a flat tire. It could be a beautiful, beautiful chaos. Like, yeah, you can have the drunks and the drug addicts and, like the world just going crazy around you. But at the same time, there's also good parts to it, like everything I just mentioned. And you just have to find an equal balance. Because, again, you learn a lot from losing. So if you're ever on that dark path and you find your way to get over to the light where you're working and living life but having fun, would be the perfect balance. To say again, don't work to live, but don't live to work. Make sure your responsibilities are taken care of, but also don't forget to have fun. And like I always say on this page, positivity, smiles, and laughing. Laughing's the best medicine. Laughter's the best medicine. So, yeah, this song was a little different, but in my eyes, like again, I said, it's art, so it can be interpreted different by everybody. But to me, that's what he was saying. Life can be beautiful chaos, and it could be what you make it and which route you want to take. Just hopefully you choose the right one. And if you don't, learn from it and grow. And that's why I say all these negative, positive, constructive criticism, anything you guys throw at me, I don't take it offensively. If you're taking time out of your day to watch my video and comment something, even if it's negative or you missed this or you did this wrong, cool. Thank you, bro. Thank you for watching my video and pointing that out. Because next time I'll fix that. I'll try to learn from that. I'll make it better. Hopefully you stay to watch the next one and see my progression. Because I'm on the trajectory to go up. There ain't nothing stopping me. That's what I'm telling myself. But at the same time, I work all day. I have a beautiful relationship with my kids. We go out and have fun all the time. And I'm staying away from all the chaos and that bullshit that I used to be part of and behind me. So it's just finding that perfect balance. So that's what I got from that one. I'm sure y'all will let me know. Am I on point or am I way off in left field again? Because with Ren, you never know. But that was the Bittersweet Symphony. In other words, beautiful chaos. Hit that subscribe button. Hopefully when I come back on here, we got that 300 subs. Keep it growing and growing and growing. Baby steps. But we'll catch you on the next one. So, till next time.